Greetings, children of the screen, your friendly neighborhood nerd scum here once again with the Batman I Believe in, the Bat-centric show where we talk about anything and everything as long as it pertains to the Caped Crusader. And today we're going to be talking about the new reveal of the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman Beyond line.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman!
Right on, guys. So yeah, McFarlane just a couple of days ago put up a video on his Facebook and his YouTube and all that stuff showing off the new designs and the kind of template figures for his new DC Multiverse Batman Beyond line, which is going to be a collect and build a figure, which we'll get to here in a minute. But in terms of the key figures in the line, it's going to be Batman Beyond, it's going to be Shriek, the villain Shriek, then it's going to be Batwoman Beyond, and then it's going to be Blight. So first off, I just want to say, anyone who watches the channel knows I fucking love Batman Beyond, so I am down on this. The Batman Beyond they've got looks really, really dope. The sculpt is good. I doubt it's going to have great articulation because most of these figures haven't, but it'll be cool enough that I can pose it. It looks like he's got some cool blast effects so he can fly. The wings look dope. He's got a weird extra kind of head sculpt where he's got no mouth on it, which I can't... That feels like part of maybe like his rebreather from one of the Batman Beyond comics, but I can't place it, and unfortunately my Batman Beyond books are all packed up right now. But it looks really dope overall. Then we have the Shriek figure, which, God, I've been wanting a Shriek figure for so long, so I'm absolutely going to be getting it. It looks absolutely dope. Again, like, with these, I don't expect great articulation, but as long as I can get them in some relatively cool poses, that's all I really care about. And this guy, at least from what we see in some of the kind of photos and video that has been shared with us, he's also going to have some pretty cool blast effects. Batwoman Beyond! She looks really cool. The figure itself looks really cool. But going back to what I was saying about articulation, if you notice the kind of red part of her bat symbol goes down over her, like, diaphragm. So I think it's going to be one of those things like that crappy 80th anniversary that they put out in their first wave, where, like, the midsection is going to have almost no articulation whatsoever. So that's kind of disappointing. But the figure, again, overall looks cool. And most of the time with these figures, if I'm buying one of them from the McFarlane DC Multiverse line, I just kind of go into it assuming there will be crap articulation, but they will look cool, and I will be able to get them into at least a few poses where they'll look good on the shelf. So the last figure in the main line to talk about is Blight, which, again, that is awesome. Blight is a great villain. It's a staple of Batman Beyond. It makes total sense, even though having ink or another villain like that so you could have 2 male, 2 female characters would be really cool. Blight is a good way to go, and hopefully if these sell good enough, which they absolutely will, hopefully we'll get some more Batman Beyond characters. But my issue with Blight is, as Todd says in his video, they're not going to do the boring guy in a suit looking like he's going to Sunday church or Sunday brunch or whatever. Like, they're going to put him in, like, the supervillain suit that he wore in some of the comics here recently, in fact, during the Rebirth era, I believe. And that sucks. That really sucks, because, number one, I think that the power suit that they have for him looks really dumb. Like, it looks... I don't care for the way that it looks in the book. I don't care for the way it looks in the art that they've shared with us for the figure. I just don't care for it. And also, it's not iconic. And that's one of the things that the McFarlane line, and other toy lines too, they do this also. It's like, if you're going for a specific look of a specific figure, or like a specific character, you go with the most iconic one, and you try not to deviate too much from it. Even on the Batman Beyond, in this line, like, it's very clear that he has more, like, armor-plated pieces than Terry has had in the comics or in the animated show. Like, especially his gauntlets are very clearly not part of the same material the rest of his suit is made out of. And that really is starting to irritate me with this line, where it's like, if you're gonna do a character, and you're gonna do, like, if you're gonna do Batman Beyond, do the iconic version of the character before you do, like, the crappy second take, where someone was like, well, that's not cool, I'm gonna make it more awesome! Because, again, I'm sure there's people who love the Blight suit, and I wouldn't mind having this version of Blight, but I would much rather have classical Blight. You know what I'm saying? So those are the main 4 figures out of that grouping, and they're going to be doing something kind of different this time, where they're going to be doing a staggered release as opposed to releasing the wave all at once. The Batman Beyond figure is scheduled for release in April of this year. The Shriek is in June. Let's see, August is for Batwoman Beyond, and Blight will be coming out in October, right in time for Halloween. Even though that would be more fitting if he was in the suit and looked more like a traditional monster as opposed to, like, I don't know, a combination of Nuclear and frickin' Mr. Freeze or something. I don't know. But anyway, those are the main 4. They're putting them out staggered, so hopefully maybe that'll make it a little easier for people to get the ones they want. I'm sure it won't, because the biggest problem with that is scalpers. But anyway, those are the main 4 figures, so let's go ahead and move on to the final thing. This is a collect-to-build wave. So that means we get a special figure. If you buy all 4 of these guys, you're going to get a special figure that you can put together. And what is it? It is Cyborg fucking Batman with a Joker head stitched onto the back of him from motherfucking Future's End. Who the fuck was asking for this? Although it is funny, because if you've read Future's End, then you know that all it is a book of people going, oh, that'd be fucking cool, draw that because it'd be cool. It makes no logical sense, it has no effect on the story, there's no reason why these characters would be doing these things or becoming these things, like, there's no rhyme or reason, it just fucking looks cool. You know, that's the reason it was done, like all the crazy OMAC robot combinations of people. And they're just things that are made to be action figures. But because the story is so shit, and everyone hated it so fucking much, it never happened until now, because Todd's not going to read that fucking story. He just saw the art and thought that it looked cool. And objectively, it does look cool. And you know what? I'm actually happy to get this figure, because I'm going to use it to make some customs. Because fuck this character. Fuck Future's End. It was like the end of New 52. It's like, in one of the most hated eras of DC Comics history, why don't we take one of the 2 things that was hated the most out of all of that and make an action figure out of the dumbest fucking addition to that story? The thing that everyone unanimously who read the book went, that is fucking stupid. And let's make an action figure out of that, even though it has very little to do with the line of toys that you're collecting. Like, yes, Batman Beyond is one of the key feature characters in Future's End, but that's very tangentially connected whenever there are tons of other things from that show that they could have given us as a Build-A-Figure. You know, again, like, they could have given us so many different things, and they just didn't bother to, and instead they gave us this. Like, what's next? Are they going to start making, is McFarlane going to start doing action figures of all the alternates for characters from fucking Convergence? Are we going to get a fucking Talos action figure? Probably. Although, no, Talos looks stupid, so no, we won't. There's no way McFarlane's going to make a toy of that, because he looks dumb. Anyway, guys, so yeah, there's a new McFarlane DC Multiverse Batman Beyond line coming out, and despite the stupidity of the collect and build figure for this particular one, I'm actually really excited about it. Again, they're going to have crap articulation, because all the figures in the fucking McFarlane Multiverse line have had crap articulation. But they're going to look really cool, and I'm going to be happy with them on my shelf. So I'm very happy to be getting them. And that Build-A-Figure thing, whatever, I'll do something with it. And spider legs, make them Mr. Freeze, and some other weird villain character. I don't know. Fuck it. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you all have a good one. Nerd Scum. Out.